If you love quirky treasures, vintage vibes, and a little bit of mystery, you're in for a treat. Kitchen Sink Antiques is a one-of-a-kind shop packed with everything from vinyl records to actual kitchen sinks. Laura Duncan is the creative mind behind this business, and she is back with us today on QCL. Laura, thanks for being here.
Yes, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Of course, I'm looking forward to chatting with you. You've got just a beautiful space there right off of Cody Road in LeClaire. You can see it from the street up on the hill. Let's talk about the business itself, specifically the title, the name of the business, because it's a really fun play on words.
Right.
Where did this come from?
Well, I had the name before I had the shop.
Okay.
I thought if I ever opened a shop, I'm going to call it Kitchen Sink Antiques because I love kitschy stuff.
Kitschy, yes.
A lot of mid-century things are kitschy.
Yes.
And my definition of kitsch is things that are sickeningly sweet or sappy, you know, like the puppy dogs crying.
Sure.
Or things that are gaudy and ugly, but you love them.
But you love them.
Here's my example of kitsch.
Okay. We'll hold it up here.
He's kind of goofy and funny, but
he's the sad-eyed mule.
Yes,
he's a sad-eyed mule. Sam is what he is called, and he is Sad Sam. So yeah, this is a good example of the type of stuff that you're talking about. So when we say kitchen sink, it's kind of like a double meaning type of thing, because it's not spelled like kitchen sink. It's spelled like kitschy, which is what you've just been describing. So very cool. But along with that, you do have kitchen sinks on your property.
I do, and I have, in fact, 9 of them, toys and real ones, on display and in the garden. And I love it when kids come in and I give them a challenge. Like,
it's like a scavenger hunt.
Yes, if you can find all 9 kitchen sinks, you win a prize.
You do.
Or if you can dial the rotary phone.
That's the best thing that I've heard. That is hilarious.
It is. It's funny.
I don't even think my daughter could dial a landline, let alone like a rotary phone. What is that, Mommy?
Right. Well, it is fun. It's fun to watch them try, and they're usually really good sports, but we have a lot of funny fails.
This is cute. Well, we're watching a video of somebody trying to complete that challenge right now on the rotary phone.
They don't think to put their finger in the hole.
No, they don't. They're like, what is this? This is adorable. Okay, so you brought some items with you here today. So let's talk about a few of them. We saw Sad Sam already.
Yes.
But these are some of the smaller items that you can find in store. We talked about vinyl records. That's a big one for people. Like, those are not becoming unpopular at all.
Not at all.
We are collecting
I sell more
vinyl
records than anything else, and I always have since I started antiquing.
That's great.
Over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's not a new thing, but the price has gone up. So that's always good.
Yeah. Okay, and you also have some very, when people think of antiques, you have like that kind of definition antique item.
I have the rustiques, the rusty tools, the primitives, the garden decor. Old cameras are popular, and I have quite a few of those.
Yeah.
Other things that are hot sellers, figurines.
Really?
Chickens, owls are hot right now. They were hot in the 70s, and they're really popular again. Frogs, turtles, mice, minis. People really like
those teeny little minis.
Tiny, whatever minis, yes.
Yeah, my daughter collects those.
Cast iron pots and pans are very popular, and as well as trivets.
Okay.
Figurines, especially if they're Lefton or certain brand names.
Okay.
The little girly figurines are still popular.
People will recognize that immediately if they're collectors.
Yes,
so they'll come in and they'll be like,
do you have any Lefton, or do you have any Joseph Original or whatever? And we have things that appeal to all ages, and male, female. Guys still like the old trucks, the advertising items, belt buckles. And I always have a mystery item to stump people. And a lot of times I'm stumped, and sometimes the customer educates me.
Oh, they do?
On what things are all the time.
What is that?
That is a little dime bank.
Oh, I thought you were going to make me guess. And I was going to say like a whistle or something.
I've had that guess. I've had people say a whistle or a tea strainer.
Yeah. That's great.
I had to Google it.
Okay, so where do you find your items? This is something I'm always curious about, is like, where does this all come from?
Well, sales, auctions, live and online auctions, garage sales. and sometimes it just walks in the door.
That's awesome.
People bring stuff in to sell to me. Yes.
That is super cool. And then, so you brought this with you here today. This is a nice gaudy piece.
Yes.
This is a hookah, right?
It is, yes. Like Alice in Wonderland, Cheshire Cat type of hookah.
Can you imagine just having something like that in your house? Just an antique.
And it's from India. Yeah.
Hookah from India. So you truly, you have it all.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Including
the kitchen sink.
Yes.
I'm glad I remembered to say that, including the kitchen sink. Duh, Morgan. That is very cool. So these are some of the smaller items that you brought in with you today. Of course, you have so much in store that you couldn't possibly bring, which is why we showed the photos here today. So we really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. Kitchen Sink Antiques. It's located, as we mentioned early on Cody Road in LeClaire. Truly, you cannot miss it if you're coming into town. We have the phone number on your screen along with that address, and the Facebook page. You're definitely going to want to give them a follow, because you are constantly posting when you get something new or cool photos of what you have around the store. This is a great way for people to keep an eye on it. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much, Laura, for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.